Jasmyne and Vince.
The Jasmyne Show.
The Jas Vince.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Jasmyne Show.
I'm Jas.
And I'm Vince. And today we are here, y'all. We finally made it. We finally made it to this wonderful, wonderful place. It's wedding time. Episode 12 of Love is Blind, Season 6. Meet me at the altar. Did people get met at the altar?
Yeah. Lots happened at the altar, guys.
Lots happened at the altar. And then lots also didn't happen at the altar. If you're watching, thank you for watching. Obviously, you probably know what we're talking about. But if you're new here, we appreciate you for watching as well. We ask you to please
like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate that. And yeah, I don't know how much of this show we have left. You know, we're always waiting for a tell-all.
The reunion is next week.
We'll take a tell-all. Never mad at a tell-all. But reunion is coming up, and do the same people host that? Nick and Lachey?
Let's hope not, but probably.
Vanessa? Nick and Vanessa?
Vanessa is a little bit canceled in my head with her line of questioning, so.
Yeah, Jas has been watching the show, and I've just heard that people don't.
I don't like when people ask other people about their uteruses. And she was pushing for like who's gonna have the first Love is Blind baby in an uncomfortable way the last time she was hosting. And I'm just like, you're a woman. Like, why are you doing that?
Stop being so pushy. Vanessa.
Mind your own uterus, ladies and gentlemen.
That is all. That is all you have to do. And gentlemen. Yes. Let's get right into it. First off, it's time. It's time. This Married at First Sight's decision day.
Are you starting with your favorite couple?
Is that my favorite couple?
Yeah.
Shimmy. Chelsea.
Shimmy.
I had a tiny bit of hope for them. I really thought that they were going to, suck it up and just go for it. Shout out to Jay Shanice. We watched Jay Shanice earlier. She said that he's a good guy and that it just doesn't work for him, and I think that's really
no. She said he was playing the
good guy, because that's what happens too.
See, men don't understand what playing the good guy is. They want to come off as the good guy, but in wasting someone's time when you know that you're not gonna go through with the marriage, playing the good guy only makes you look like an asshole, and it also hurts the person more. So don't play the good guy, guys. Just be honest. And don't waste people's time.
I would agree with that. And definitely think that that's what's been happening for everybody.
Yeah, but the way Jimmy did it was
Johnny
weird.
seemed like a good guy.
Johnny, yeah.
I just think I'm a good guy.
But Jimmy took her to, they went to Carol Wynn's. They had a little amusement park date and everything at the end. So again, like, do you think we're going to get married? Like, I don't know where you are. For her to go through, yeah, I can picture it and da-da-da. And he says, yeah, I can't go down the altar.
I'm not
down the aisle. I'm like, why would you ask her?
I don't want to go to the altar.
If you could see us getting married, for her to do all of that, and then you say, yeah, I can't see it.
Was she drunk this time?
I don't know. She always be seeming a little tipsy to me, to be honest.
We know. I'm surprised I don't have a video of her crying, but I feel like we always just see her crying, and this time it was 100% warranted. Like, I do think it is respectful, though, to not go through the whole process of going to the altar, though. So
I completely agree with that.
Especially after the results of what happened, I absolutely think that might have been the better choice.
But that's not the first time we've seen it. We've seen other seasons where the people wait till they get down to the altar and then be like, no.
That's a big thing.
I'm like, why? Like, I don't want to get dolled up in this dress and my makeup and my hair and everything done to be beautiful and embarrassed. Like, who wants to do that?
Not at all. Chelsea said, well, why'd you even propose? Like,
because you say you look like Megan Fox?
That's true, though. That's true. Anything else about Chelsea and Jimmy? I'm glad
I don't have to see them on my screen.
They off the screen. Still the reunion, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be screaming about something.
Just next week. Let us know how you feel about Chelsea and Jimmy in the comments. If, they should have. I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe they could have gone further. I don't know. They could have worked out, but people got their insecurities, and so be it. Let's talk about Amy and
skipping.
John. I'm not skipping nobody. What are you talking about?
Skipping.
We're talking about.
We had the group. They had the group Bachelor and
Oh,
Bachelorette
they
parties.
did. They did. I don't have a picture of that.
I was like, Amy and AD, they was having a good time. They was lit.
Yes.
Amy told AD that they hadn't had sex.
Ooh.
And AD was like, they smashing y'all.
Okay.
Like, I don't care what nobody say.
That was the clip I was forgetting. But I like the well, at the time, I liked that they had their heads on everything, tattoos and chairs, and they was dancing. And
you wanted me to have a Vince tattoo on?
It'd have been dope. If I would have seen that before, I'd have been like, I gotta get one of those for my baby. That'd have been dope.
I'm gonna get you a Jasmyne tattoo to put on. Just my face.
Slap it on.
Okay, cool.
Slap it on.
And I was like, the guys went to I don't know what you would call it. It looked like a little outdoor brewery. And they had they were playing cornhole. I was like, men are so basic.
I said men are super simple. The ladies, they were turning up. That was a bachelorette party. Guys was just like, yo, this is a kickback. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
This is a kickback.
Of course, Clay used that time to tell his friends how everything is so perfect, and he believes that AD will continue to fight for him.
Yes.
Da, 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 da. I would just like to say that I don't feel like women should have to fight for their man. I said it. Don't shoot the messenger, guys. I'm just saying. I feel like the man should be pursuing, and I feel like he wasn't pursuing enough, but we'll get back to that.
He wasn't pursuing enough. I would agree.
Not for me.
I would agree.
I don't think so.
I would agree.
You can express interest as a woman or reciprocity, but I think there's a line at which a man needs to show you that he's interested in you and pursue you.
That is correct.
So, yeah, but we're going to come back to them.
We're going to come back to them.
Who we talking about?
We're talking about the guys and gals individual parties. Was there anything else that was shared aside from that they definitely didn't have sex yet?
I don't remember nothing else. It was pretty cut and dry.
All right. If we were missing something, please let us know. All right. Now, I wanted to, because they gave us a nice ending, we're going to finish on the BS, but they gave us a nice ending. So it was nice to finish on Johnny and Amy again. And they've been the shining stars this whole time in terms of
they understood the process. Yeah. They committed to the process.
Thank you. Man.
They had the conversations. He got approval. He got the dad's blessing to marry his daughter. They went through everything, and it just felt like it really made a lot of sense together. Yeah. And their families made a lot of sense. They was both loud and
emotional.
And oh my gosh, I was like, her dad loves her.
I
feel like I don't often see fathers, and maybe that's just my personal experience. Yeah. But I don't see fathers crying about how much they love their daughters.
Especially the Latina fathers, that they have that big family setting, especially if it's something important like a wedding. Oh my goodness. I've seen some waterworks. I've hosted.
Now I'm thinking about
it. I've hosted a lot of weddings though.
I do know one father that always cries every single time something is happening.
Yeah, it happens. So, what can you say?
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all families though. Y'all families are good. It's so great that they meshed together and they realize that they meshed together.
Yeah.
It's awesome stuff. So we got to see them have their wedding. They look like they. Not yet. Oh snap! Yo. They look like they was having a ball.
Yeah.
From the wedding on the party. Shout out to, we got to hear the DJ MC's voice. Hire me, please. Netflix, shout out to y'all. Professional wedding MC. All right. It was just yo. They keep saying, they were meant for each other and they trusted. I think there was still something about him being see, she didn't even need to know what I look like. Or he said looks don't matter. Yeah. And I was like, I wouldn't have said it like that, but that's
It don't. She said that he wasn't her normal type, but she said that he's beautiful inside.
He's, yes.
So that's what really matters. I mean,
Still sounds like you calling him ugly.
he called himself ugly. It sounded like to me.
That too. That too.
She didn't call him ugly.
I'm not there.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh God.
I enjoyed it. I was happy. I felt like they're I don't know if we heard vows from them, which was weird to me.
I think they might have started with hers.
It felt very like quick and bare, and it was like, let's get to the point. But I didn't feel like we got like super tear jerky type vow situation, which was interesting to me. But
it was
whatever. They getting married.
It was
they
nice.
Got married.
Congratulations, y'all. Congratulations. They married now. They married. Happy to hear you. Now you ready to get to it, Jess? Let us know how you feel about Amy and Clay. Amy.
Yikes.
I'm messing it up because I'm so hyped. Amy and Johnny. Let us know how you feel about Amy and Johnny in the comments, please. And Jazz, would you like to introduce AD and Clay? I think we saw them. They did the little flashback thing where we saw them in the pod, and he read the little excerpt. What verse was that?
Proverbs 3. Don't trust men that quote scripture to you but don't follow it. Is all I'm saying.
It began with the scripture, right? Thought that was sweet. That was really cute and everything like that. We know they're going to the wedding. We know everything is going perfectly well. Obviously people are nervous. AD looked amazing in her dress, right? We got to see her mom with the I met someone, and I think everybody
I was like, she done got a man at the wedding.
at your daughter's wedding. Is that what's happening right now? Come on, mom. And she just loves Clay's mom.
Yeah.
Which is dope. Really dope, right?
That's good. It's good.
That was good. It was so sweet. Heartbreak, man. I'm sorry. I don't continue. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Oh man.
Vince is upset.
I thought Jazz had watched I thought we were watching it, and I went to the gym and continued watching at the gym.
I was waiting for him to get back.
I said please continue watching, but it's okay. So I literally screamed out in my car. But before we get to that, they both looked okay, even though you acknowledged somebody's socks.
Oh, everybody looked all right. Yeah. But before, like, Clay's dad came, and the dad's suit looked way better than Clay's. Like, way better. Clay looked like he had on, like, grayish white socks. I'm like, who puts on a tuxedo? We should have known he wasn't going to get married when he had on gray. Would you wear grayish white socks with a tuxedo?
I don't know if I would do. I don't know if I would do socks that. Well, I did socks that stand out for our wedding, but not.
Yeah, but it matched.
Not that color.
Like why would you do that? That was weird.
That's
So basically, he was like, "Yeah, Dad, I'm glad you're here." I'm like, did AD ever get to meet the dad before? Because I thought we were gonna meet the dad before now.
I don't think so.
This is the first time we seen him, and what I thought was so interesting is that Clay kept saying, thank you for your support. I'm so glad that you're here. He said, I love you like 2 or 3 times to his dad. His dad said, I'm like, oh! I was like, I could just feel the toxicity fuming off of this man. And then had the nerve to have on an A5A little...
Woo! I knew you was going to say something.
I was like, this man alpha?
I knew you was going to say something about
I love the alphas, but come on.
Same.
Like, I was like, you could have left that out, sir. I'm sorry.
It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Seemed very calm and centered. Clay's boys gave him some good advice too, and then Jazz was like, I don't see no rings on any of those fingers.
None of them fingers. Not a ring to be seen.
So after the ringless men come in and give what I thought was pretty good advice.
Yeah, so you gotta sacrifice and work as a team.
It's true.
Who on your team, sir?
It's true.
This is what I was telling you earlier. I was like, you need to have friends that are where you are or where you want to be.
Yes.
Which is why if you want to be married, I'm not saying like, okay, your friends all need to be married, but you should have at least one friend that is in the place or like on the same wavelength as you. Because if not, it's going to be hard. Like, what did they say? Like, you're the
sum of the 5 people around you.
Oh, did you scratch yourself right there?
Possible, but we on air.
Anyway, sorry for caring about my husband.
No, I appreciate it. Man.
See how he do? Y'all saw it.
Stop. I appreciate it. But yeah, you gotta have good people around you. So
I'm not saying they're bad people.
No,
not
at all.
I'm just saying y'all got a lot of advice for nobody to have a ring on.
Yes. Speaking of no ring on, Dad comes in, also gives some pretty sound advice, and I feel like Clay took some time to assure him that he was ready for this moment, but also stating that he didn't feel like he was ready.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit. But not so much that anybody thought that he wasn't going to go through with it.
Yeah.
Now, because I watched up to the wedding and by myself and then watched it again with Jas, I did notice that his mom said, like, you know, no matter how it goes, and was very like sincere about that. And we know she don't mince her words.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how it goes, with like patting him on his back and stuff like that. So that was really interesting. We get to the wedding. The wedding was beautiful. They had the little ghetto greeting when he said, so you got that shit on, you know, period, you know.
Yeah, you know. She got to the altar.
Yes,
what you're saying.
we got to the altar.
You see it,
you know, did a little spin.
I'm like, if I'm kikiing with my man, we're getting married, bro.
Yeah,
we're getting married. So why is like he said everything that I would want in a wife and all this eloquent poetry coming out of your mouth. She says, of course. She was like, I see a powerful man. She's affirming him because he needs that.
Yes.
She's giving him everything that he says that he needs.
Affirm your man.
And she says, I do. He says, I can't responsibly say I do right now. And I'm like, in the way he said it, it sounded like he was giving I want to still date and work things out and go to therapy and work on myself. But
that's what he said.
Let's go back.
That's what he said.
Because I'm pretty sure a few weeks ago, AD specifically said, I am honoring the timeline of this process. So with that, for some reason, he wasn't understanding, even though she said it very clearly, that if we're not getting married, we're done. Which is not an ultimatum, considering this process. The process is to get married.
That's what the process is.
It's not to find somebody, get engaged, and then date. That's not the process.
It's not the process.
So she was basically blindsided at the altar, and then like she didn't even do woo-woo, but like the mom, the sister, everybody was like,
it was
let's
like
grab the things.
It was like a hand signal. She was like,
yeah,
it was like a James Brown thing. Like they got right to it.
Everybody was ready. Got her up out of there.
I thought that was the get him.
That's right. Cause let it happen. I would have punched him in the face.
Yo.
Cause what you're not gonna do is have me out here, gorgeous.
Yo.
To the 9, gas me up and everything, and then say, "Oh, I can't responsibly." Like that was a blindside. Honestly,
that's crazy. Yo, you just had your man's, which I thought it was his man's. Clearly, in Johnny's wedding, it was his man's, but maybe Clay didn't know this guy at all. But you had him read the same verse.
Yeah, I was like, that's not fair.
That's the vow.
That is manipulation.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I gotta say.
All right, so basically, hold on, what did I say?
It went down.
I had some notes.
Go on with your notes.
So the dad was saying that he was proud of his son, for saying for doing what he felt was right, and I was like, not when it's his fault. And then like the mom kind of like told the dad like, hey, he went into this situation with like our marriage and our divorce like haunting him basically.
Yo.
And the mom in so many words in the most respectful way ever was saying this shit is your fault because you did me dirty. It's basically what it is, and you involved him in it. But she said it in, I can't remember what word she said, but she said it in like the nicest way possible. She was like, you need to sit down with your son and you need to apologize and not make excuses. And he immediately starts making excuses to her like, well, my daddy wasn't there. I was like, imagine me being 60 years old looking at my son that just turned down probably one of the best women he would ever get.
Ever.
Because I took him cheating. So he only knows cheating and he doesn't know how to stand up and be a man. And me at 60 saying, oh, well, my daddy wasn't there.
Daddy wasn't there. Take me to... Okay.
Anyway, that's goofy as hell. Yes, like, I feel like our parents raise us or whatever, or don't raise us. Some of us don't raise us. And it is our job to deal with whatever trauma or lack of that we experience. Like, it's our job at that point. Once you hit 18, it's not on your parents anymore. So I don't think that it's fair for him to be like, oh, I was a good dad and I was there, but yeah, I was a horrible husband, but I won't admit that. But my son is going to walk around with this. That's right. And he just walking around like nothing because he never got aired out is what it was.
It's hard, man.
Because the mom is just finding out this information. So they done got divorced and everything, parted ways. Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, well maybe he just needs to find a great woman like you. And the mom was like, so he could dog her out too? Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Mom's was better than me. She was better than me is all I'm going to say.
That, absolutely. Absolutely.
Clay's dad is the villain.
Clay's dad is the real villain.
Big villain.
It's crazy. The internets have already spoken. Clay's mother is her. Calmly devoured that man. So well put. And so calm and just, oh my goodness, so well reserved. It was, but she said, again, everything that needed to be said.
Yeah.
Everything.
But I feel like the dad avoided, like we hadn't seen the dad whole time was because he knew. Like, you know how people will like do something and then act like there's no accountability. Like, and that's what it was given. The dad has no accountability for his actions. But when you have a family with somebody and you bring kids into that, like, you have to realize that what you do affects everybody.
Yo. And I feel like we can all, not all, but I think a lot of people can
identify.
Yes. A lot of people can identify with either the situation with your father directly or other people in your family. And one thing Clay did get right. I don't know if he said this on the show or if it was just a clip that I saw on Netflix or something like that. That is that gray area that people don't speak about, you know, and it is very, very scary. It's a very scary place. And I feel like a lot of men are not strong enough to be able to make their way through that. And at least he was strong enough to admit it, but I'm definitely not taking his side on this shit. That was stupid. That was so stupid. That was so stupid. He's strong enough to admit it, but what happened to trusting in the Lord, bruh?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, what happened to your partnership? And I definitely agree when they did end up talking later about, yeah, you basically sacrificed her for your own selfish reasons.
Yeah, like, I think I was frustrated with AD automatically defaulting to like, I'm never enough. No, he's not enough.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's accountability on both sides. Like, I feel like it's mostly on Clay, but for her, she said, I normally go for this type. This is normally what happens. And this is how it played out. This one may have went further than other relationships, but you can't give 100% of yourself to someone that's not giving you that. He wasn't even coming home. Like, when y'all were, like, he was like, oh, I got to work on the opposite side of town, so I'm going to stay out. And literally barked on you in front of your mom, in front of his mom about it. And I was like, And then for him to throw up like, oh, I don't even know what her finances look like and yada yada. I don't understand her finances.
Sir, just say you wanted the clout, man. Just say it. Just say it. Because I think, again, we haven't done all the deep dives on TikTok and seen everything.
I've been avoiding everything.
Yeah. We've been waiting to see the entire episode ourselves.
Kissing on her and shit.
And then
I would punch that man in the face.
Talk about it. All the bridesmaids wanted hands. All of them. Every last one. And some people on his side of the family too.
Yo, every woman on both sides of the wedding, when he said no, everybody was like, I'm like, I don't even know. Is that your cousin, Clay? Like, who is that lady? But everybody looked like, what?
It was a very bad decision. I just really think that he should have thought about, just powering through, like, which sounds like it has a negative connotation, but
I don't believe that, babe.
You proposed. Two,
he should have broke up with her before the aisle, babe.
Honestly, that's what he should have done. So, we didn't like Jimmy for that, but by that time it made sense for him, for Jimmy, for that. By that time it made sense.
No, I think that it's better to do that and have them mad at you for that. But one thing women don't like to do is be embarrassed.
No, never not.
Embarrass somebody privately versus in front of everybody.
And that's the part that hurts the most. I feel like that we came all this way. We trusted in the Lord. We had your mamas.
I got dressed for you. Let me tell you something. As much work as it took for me to get in my damn wedding dress, if you told me no at that altar, you was getting jumped by my whole family.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I think, you talking about me specifically?
Yes.
Oh. I would, what? Why would?
Do you know how long it took me to get in my wedding dress?
Do you know how long that we are still paying for this stuff? Like, there's no way I was doing that and not doing. I went for the party first off, so there's
you only cared about the wedding party.
Obviously the wedding, babe. Obviously the wedding, but enjoying the celebration.
Nah,
with
our wedding was lit.
It was the best wedding ever. And I've been to hundreds of weddings. Our
reception was lit. It was a good time.
Hundreds of weddings. It was the best wedding ever. I'm sure people have fun weddings out there, especially if you book me. But let's get back into them real quick. Did you have anything else to say about AD and Clay talking at the end of
They
that?
better not be together next week at that reunion.
I think that they might be.
I think they might be too.
I think they might be. I don't know. I love love, and of course we love black love, but it smoothed over almost too quickly for anybody's liking, I would say.
Ain't no way in hell you gonna be kissing on me in the face and shit right after.
It seems so bad. I didn't like it. It
was giving very manipulative.
I appreciate that they could be cordial, but yes, that's exactly what I was feeling.
Because he's gonna try to finesse her into being with him in the way that he's comfortable with. But if I want marriage and you don't want marriage, or you don't feel like you're prepared and I'm ready, then like, what are we doing? Yeah.
I just keep thinking back to like everything that came before the wedding actually happened. And just like, first off, I didn't like this. Producers, y'all nasty for this. They had him sit down and talk. Well, maybe he just chose to talk about the cheating. Like right before he walked out. Yeah, man, my father used to bring. I was like, bro, we know. You didn't have to even talk about that today. You didn't have to. Not right before you go in. So that's clearly what was in your mind, right? Yeah. You weren't focused on the.
Somebody was saying he talked about. I think it was Jay Shanice saying that he talks about cheating like it's just a little like. What did she say? She said like you catch COVID, like just so casual.
That's funny.
I'm like, I do hear that. Like, I totally get it. But I don't know, man. It's not good.
For attractive, athletic, young-ish black man that is running his own business and probably used to running the streets, it can be like COVID. It shouldn't be because you said you wanted to be married.
I'm also curious how his dad was cheating all that time and the mom ain't getting no STD. That's what I was thinking about, honestly. That's how my brain started turning.
They had the condoms back then apparently, but
I mean, babe, condoms have been around for a long time.
I know, so maybe that's what he was doing, all those times that he was bringing Clay along in the car and stuff like that, whatever he was doing, which apparently the mom just
all right,
as
much as you kind of big upped Clay just now, AD got it going on.
Of course.
Okay, AD is the real
Did I big up Clay?
In this. You were like, I mean, he's athletic, handsome,
young absolutely.
Running the streets.
So that's what I'm saying. He wanted the clout, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna use all the, you know what I'm saying, his playerly ways in the streets like he's been using, and now he's just gonna take them to TikTok and all these other places so he could do that with all the girls that was hating on AD most likely. But they're not gonna be AD.
Mm-mm.
Shaking my head, sir.
Mm.
Shaking my head. But yeah, you were saying about AD. You wanted to big her up some more. You are a queen. You are a phenomenal woman.
Phenomenally.
What was it? Her sisters that was like, see, that's not the right person for you.
He not enough.
He's
not enough.
I don't know how he didn't get stabbed once.
Yo, I would have been walked past him on the way to the bathroom. Stab. I don't know. I watched too many movies.
I don't know how he made it out unscathed.
Yo, I would have Amber Riley'd him.
I don't know how he made it into the room with her. Oh, single black female. Yeah. We gotta talk about single black female.
Oh gosh.
I don't know how this man made it into that room
with nobody else in there.
And then he with his dad. He like, should I go talk to her? I'm like, sir, you are the king of bad advice at this point. Tell that man to leave her alone. Facts. But again, I love. So if that's what they want to do, and she's okay. Obviously, she feels sacrificed, but if she's okay with him, coming back into her life and trying to be a better man through therapy and all those good things. Just don't listen to your father.
Get somebody else to do it. We need the men to come potentied.
Yeah.
Okay, at this point. Fully potentied. We don't accept it. We ain't got time.
Shaking my head. Only other thing I had was that I was talking about the advice that Clay's dad gave him. And he mentioned like, oh, your grandmother used to tell me, And I was just like, but clearly you didn't listen. Clearly you didn't listen.
What did he say?
I can't remember. But also the same thing, like he got caught again when mom hit him with but you did me wrong. Yeah.
This man is oblivious.
Yo.
Delusional. Yo. That's what I was saying. Delusional.
I was like, yo, he set himself up twice. That was crazy. But Clay didn't catch it, obviously, because Clay is in the same mindset as him. My man is in pure denial. Dad.
Trash.
I'm sure, you probably do great things in your community, but you gotta find ways to rectify the community that you have partially taken down. So anything else, Jasmine?
Yo.
that was a I'm so mad still, but that was an episode.
We all knew it was gonna happen, but we just did not want it to happen.
It's unfortunate. One guy got married, yo. And
we ain't seen Kenneth and Brittany since. I hope we see them next week.
We'll see. Anything else that you wanted to say about anything of these couples? Please let us know how you feel about this show. Who's going to be staying together? Who we're going to see making a comeback? Possible leave all that in the comments. Jazz, is there anything else you're looking forward to seeing?
No.
It's over now. It's over. Congratulations to Johnny and Amy, and good luck, AD. Good luck. Because I don't know what else.
Run.
Right?
You in danger, girl.
You in danger, girl. You in danger. Please, if you've watched this entire thing, make sure that you
like, comment, and subscribe.
We appreciate that. We really, really do. Thank you so much. We've enjoyed watching the show with you. We'll probably make another couple videos as long as this saga goes on. But let us know what else you're watching, and we will see you on another episode of The Jas Vince Show. Peace.
Jasmyne and Vince.
The Jas Vince Show.